Hi, my name is Dan. Welcome to World's Full Forest. For me, it all started in 1965. I was 7 years old. My mom and dad took us 4 boys and moved from Long Beach, California to a 40-acre farm in western Washington. We had no running water, but we did have an outhouse. My mom had to cook on a wood cook stove. Did I mention there was no bathroom? It was the coolest thing ever. It was life-changing for me. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You taught me how to live. Well, if you're still here after that intro, that means something. So I'm going to try to talk over this video and kind of explain what you're seeing. These are some of the first pictures that we had when we first found the property, and you notice right at the beginning those 2 nice bucks. That's pretty awesome. So this is 29 acres, and it's located in Panhandle of Idaho. And it's just when Robin and I first came across this property, we were actually going up to Amita to look at some other property, and as I drove past this one piece of property, and there's that big bull elk walking through, I noticed that there was there's that buck. Whoa, dude. And of course, there's more than just bucks there. We got a bunch of does and babies. Look at the trees on this property. These trees are on the upper stand. Oh, there's the moose and her calf. Man, it doesn't get better than that. Now this is when I first got the Mavic Mini, this is the first aerial shots, and there's a road right there that Kyle, he got on the dozer. There you can see my dozer with the ripper, and it's got a 4-in-1 bucket on the front. It's a Case 850B. That's 23,000 pounds of attitude right there, and it manhandles these trees like nothing. You're gonna see here, you can see where I'm carving the road back in there, and that's where I'm calling it the compound for lack of anything else. But you can see all the bright colors, the yellow trees, those are aspen. So we've got a lot of aspen. The conifers right there, most of them are lodgepole pines. You can see in the upper right hand corner, that's a road that I'm building. It's right at the base of the upper stand. In the upper stand, it has a whole bunch of white fir, silver fir, and it also there's Douglas fir, spruce, and we have a pretty good representation of tamarack up there too. And if you don't know what a tamarack tree is, it's like the only conifer that loses its needles, and you can see some there in the upper right corner. And those conifers that are bright yellow, those are tamarack, and tamarack is an excellent wood. So I'm pretty excited to have as much of that as I do. You notice the bare spot there, that's a low spot. The lower stand of timber is the victim of runoff from the hill, and we're right at the base of that hill, and that water just comes down and it just collects, and it just sits there. Yeah, so it just kind of it makes it real boggy, swampy. It was very difficult to get around when we first bought the property. But anyways, I was starting to, here, right here, we're looking at the north end of our property, and I think I'm going to pan up. If you look right there in the upper left, that is the Palouse River. Gets pretty close to the road right there. And the theory is that that lower stand, at once upon a time, it was river bottom for the Palouse. Anyway, so here I'm turning all the way around. All the large trees here, pretty much those large trees are on, for the most part, our property. You can see where the property line would extend. If you look across the highway there, that's an RV park, and that used to be part of this property. It was a 40-acre parcel that when they built the road, it just cut off about 11 acres there, and so that's where the RV park is. So that gives you a pretty good idea. If you look at that RV park and you go, okay, well, that's 11 acres. There's 29 on the other side. And you know that there's about 14 acres that are in the lower stand. So there's about 15 acres that's in that upper stand. And once you get up on top of that, the hill there on our property, that's the place where we're going to build that's going to be the real development for. So anyways, up on top, if we cut a few trees down, there's places where we can make a couple of clearings, and we should have a tremendous view. You can see there in the upper left there where I punched in I started to punch in a road. I only had about 4 days or so to work with the dozer this year, and you know we're gonna do some more, obviously a lot more work with the dozer. I kind of focused on expanding the parking lot, which you'll see that here in just a minute. That's where the camp trailer is right now, but it's essentially going to be a parking lot. It's going to be for a family that wants to come over and they want to just drop a trailer and snoop around the property, hunt turkeys or something like that. That's what that's going to be used for. Eventually, I hope to have a shed down there, have some side-by-sides, and then family members that want to use them, just I'll give you a key, and you can get in and grab a 4x4 and run up the hill if that's what you want. You can see the camp trailer down there, a little bit of the parking lot. There's the road, and it goes up into those trees just a little bit, and then it starts going up the hill. And I think I'll show that with the Mavic. And this, if the Mavic looks a little not quite smooth, it's just because it is the first time I used it. So, this is the first video. I got grand ideas to do with this, but for right now, I just want to introduce the property to everybody, and I want you to see what we're doing and give you that invite. You guys are all welcome. Like in the beginning of the video, I bought this. We named this property World's Full Forest because that's what Graham always said. She said she loves us worlds full. You can see some of the ponds right there that I'm building. In that there, I'm making these ponds to collect the water that's coming down the hill, and to make it make that lower portion more usable. So anyways, this is the labor of love, something I want to leave for my children and for my nephews and nieces and their kids, and, in memory of my parents who gave everything so that I could have these things. And anyways, we love you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. And and come visit. There's that big parking lot.